Hello everybody, I've just got home, I've been out, and another review. 3 reviews in 3 days. What is this constant upload schedule? I've fancied smoking quite a bit recently. It kind of happens when you get a new haul in, you get a lot of new cigars, you want to try them out. So I'm smoking today this baby, this bad boy. This is the Sobremesa Brulee Robusto. It's 5.25 by 52 Robusto size cigar, so a nice smoke. Should probably smoke in less time than the Flor de Copan I had yesterday, just because it's a bit shorter. This is made by a company, isn't available in the UK, called Dumbarton, and I've heard nothing but good things about these cigars. So you can see there's the Dumbarton. I think this is specifically, that's a Sobremesa logo. There's the Dumbarton logo, the D, and on the bottom it has a footband that says Sobremesa. As you can see, a really nice size cigar. This is their Connecticut. I do also have the normal Sobremesa creme brulee. I think, is it creme brulee or just brulee? Whatever the case, which is a much darker wrapper than this. This is supposed to be a really nice light to medium bodied cigar. And so that's my hope. I'm going to have a really good cigar. This was one of the I think the most expensive individual cigar I bought. I think it was €10.50. About £9, which is cheap in the UK, but for overseas cigars, quite expensive. It smells nice smelling, really nice cedarwood on the smell. I have working lighters and my punch already on hand today, which is massive. Never the case. Wow. Sweet. So, I don't know much about the Dumbarton cigars or going that far, Sobremesa. No, oh fucking hell. I've just dug out a bunch of tobacco. That's not good. That's not a very good punch, is it? It's fine. We're doing 2 punches anyway for this cigar. Maybe I should have dug it out like the other one. So, from what I know about this cigar, is that it is made with sugarcane, fermented with sugarcane. So the tobacco is fermented with sugarcane, which is a very interesting idea and something I've never heard of before. And that they're quite sweet. Now, they're not flavoured. They're not like acid cigars. A lot of stuff by Drew Estate. A lot of the smaller cigars are flavoured. This is not, apparently. It's just fermented with sugarcane. But when I put it in my gob, there's definitely a sweetness there. I'll dust on my computer. We're going to take the footband off and we're going to light it up. I'm going to do a bit of research after I've lit it up and we're smoking about where it's from and all that type of jazz. I'm actually just going to shift you guys over to the side of it, which is fine, I assume. Hold on. There we are. Let us have a look. Dumbarton. The good thing about making these reviews right in front of my laptop. Dumbarton Sobremesa Brulee. I think the Brulee is just... Okay, so the other one's a Sobremesa. The Brulee is this one. So let me have a look what it actually says on Dumbarton's website. What marketing gunk they have. Okay. So the translation of Sobremesa means over the table, yada yada yada. So normal Sobremesa has Pennsylvania seed leaf ligero, which I assume is Pennsylvania seeded tobacco grown wherever they are. There's more Seiko leaves, so on a plant, on the actual tobacco plant, you have different types of leaves. Ligero are the top leaves, and then the middle ones are Seiko, and then the bottom ones are something else, I think, is how it works. Seiko is second. I forgot what the first ones are called. Something with a V, I think. And you get like a smoother finish and stuff, apparently. So it's Ecuador, Connecticut shade wrapper, San Andreas, which is Mexican, filler, and something else. I don't know. It's a nice cigar. I think it's from Honduras or the Dominican Republic, not Nicaragua. But we're gonna get, especially with a big cigar like this, you need to make sure you're toasting. It's probably equally as important as lighting with a bigger cigar. With a smaller cigar, a lot of the time you can get away with not toasting the cigar as much, because obviously smaller engage burns easier. I'm actually going to turn up the power of the flame while I deal with a big cigar. Someone's playing music outside from the car. It's nowhere near lit. You can see it's not lit. It's blackened a bit. Some bits are slightly lit, but it's not lit. So as I said, this was €10.40. It's a cigar that I've heard a lot of good things about, and Steve Sacker, who is the master blender of the tobacco at Dumbarton, this was something that he makes because he doesn't really like Connecticut cigars. This is a Connecticut cigar he made that he likes. It's better. Lighter still leaking gas. That's nice. That's a really nice stick. Just at first light, creamy, sweet, bit of cedar, a little bit of floral, no spicy notes to speak of. Really, really nice. I really like a Connecticut cigar. Would I say they're my favourite type of cigar? Probably not. Connecticut cigars are very nice. Actually, I think maybe they are my favourite types. My favourite cigar, probably, a cigar I keep going back to, is the Davidoff Winston Churchill Bellicoso, which is a Connecticut 4x40 torpedo cigar. Comes in a tin of 4, about £50, I think, for a tin. In the UK, cheaper online. We can have a look how much online from Germany, because I've never actually checked. This. Davidoff. Winston Churchill Bellicosos. €27, so £25, about half the price of the UK. But they're wonderful cigars. They might actually not be Connecticut. So I might be lying. They look like they've got sun-grown wrappers. It is an Ecuadorian, so it might be, but I think it might be Ecuadorian sun-grown, which is it says medium to strong, which they're not. They're really nice light cigars. Not as light as this is, probably one of the lightest cigars I've had in recent memory, and it's very nice. No spice, not even on the retro hail. Cream, chocolate. That sweetness gives me also like almost a candy like flavour, a sweet type flavour to this cigar. Floral notes, definitely floral notes, like not like rose petal type flavours. You know, you can buy like edible rose petals you put on stuff. That type of flavour. That's really nice. Unbelievably nice, actually. Really good. As I said, I love a Connecticut cigar. There's something like I like a rich cigar, a darker cigar, something with a bit more body, a bit more heft. Not too much spice, but a bit more body, a bit more heft, and complex flavours. But there's nothing better to relax with than a Connecticut, in my opinion. Sometimes you want a nice complex cigar and you want to enjoy the complexity, but sometimes you just want to sit down and chill. You just want to relax, and yeah, a cigar like this is definitely a cigar to do that with. And if this is the Connecticut and it's this good, and it is already complex. We're not even we're not even half an inch into the first third, and there's already really nice complexity in this. Yeah, I mean, I said there's a creaminess, there's a sweetness, there's a floral notes, there's a cedar wood, and it all mixes together really, really well. A cigar that I had that I didn't like the first time, but that I really loved the second time was the Hoyo de Monterrey Epicure No. 2. That's an expensive cigar. You're paying, I think, overseas like £22 in the UK, about not even that, like 16 pounds. In the UK you're paying about 27, 28. That's a wonderful cigar, quite similar to this in a lot of ways. But it's a Cuban and it's a bit stronger, has some more Cuban notes, but this is a really wonderful cigar. And a cigar that I would recommend to people just getting into cigars, people who are just starting to smoke cigars, people who might have not smoked a cigar or many cigars before. This, as a starter cigar, the Dumbarton Sobremesa Brulee. What a brilliant starter cigar that would be if I tried that. So I've got what's left of my Flor de Copan yesterday. That's how much I left, which is that's before the band, and it was quite a long cigar, and I had other stuff to do, so I was relatively cheap. Now normally I would smoke past it, probably halfway into that band, but I didn't. This I'm hoping to smoke way past the band, probably down to the nub if it's nice enough. That was a spicy cigar, and I wouldn't recommend a rich, dark, spicy cigar for your first one. Maybe a fourth or your fifth, because people like different things, and some people might be really attracted to that spicier, richer, deeper flavour. You know, some people like Negronis. I don't. They're too bitter. You know, some people like black coffee. Some people like a latte. You know, people are different. And same with the cigars. I like a broad range. You know, I like trying different things, and it's the same with a lot of things that I like. My whiskey, my spirits in general. I like a broad range of things, but I like simple comforts and simple pleasures with them too. You know, I like a complex, fancy whiskey. I also enjoy a Jack and Coke if you're going to offer me a Jack and Coke. I like nice, well-mixed cocktails made of 4 or 5 different ingredients. Really good quality cocktails. I also enjoy amaretto and Coke because it tastes like Dr. Pepper. You know. And the same with cigars is true. I like really rich, dark cigars. I like smoother cigars. I like more expensive cigars. Stuff that's 15, 20, 30. I had, over New Year's, I had a Romeo and Julieta Churchill. It was £42. £42, which is ridiculous, by the way. It's like a £22 cigar. realistically, but it was £42 I paid for it, but it was worth it because I smoked it with family, and it was really good, to be fair, a really nice cigar. But I've had cigars that much less that I've bought in the UK, cheaper prices, that have given me similar feelings. And a cigar that actually a lot of people slate is the Asylum 13 cigars. The big ones, the 7x70s and the 8x80s. Now, one of my best memories smoking cigars is the Euros were on, 2021, Euros were on, and I wasn't watching, I was sat outside. People inside were watching the footy, I was sat outside. Sun was out, really nice day. I wasn't drinking lager, I might have been drinking lager, but I think I was drinking ale. I had like a nice IPA, nice pale ale, and I was smoking, I think, an 8x80. Sat in a suit, outside, nice warm day. It wasn't boiling, but it was a nice warm day. I was in some good shade, and for 3-4 hours I was sat there. So this was during COVID times, and so there was table service. So I sat there for 3-4 hours with a cigar double the size of this almost, smoking away. I had people come up to me, people talk to me about it, because it starts conversations. Just a cigar like that starts conversations when you're out. Most people's introduction to cigars is Castellas, Hamlets, Henry Wintermans. Maybe they've had a Cuban, maybe they've had a Romeo and Juliet or a Monte Cristo. They're the main companies that you find a lot of people know about. Maybe they've had one of them. Most people don't know. Most people won't know the brands, and certainly cigars bigger than a Corona. Even Coronas get noticed, but cigars bigger than a Corona. I smoke Brickhouse 90s. 6.5x60s. Really nice cigars, definitely worth the money because they're relatively cheap. I think they're about £16 in the UK per cigar. For 6.5x60, you can't complain at that price. But I smoke them sometimes when I'm out, especially when it's summer and it's nice out and I can sit down and enjoy the weather and have a cigar. That's when I smoke cigars outside. That's when I smoke the most cigars is in the summer. And people will come up to me and say, "Oh, what are you smoking? Where did you get that from? How much do they cost you? How long do you smoke cigarettes? How long have you been smoking cigars?" And for a lot of people, they're just interested. For some people, it gets them into a hobby. I've had a couple of people now ask me to buy them cigars, and they've paid me for them, and I've bought them online and I've given it them. I made samplers for people, and I've introduced people to the world of cigars to this hobby. Because it's really interesting, and a lot of people will associate the cigar in modern times with some less than savoury individuals, but I think, most people who smoke cigars know we do it because we want to relax, we want to chill out, and cigars for us are a really good way of doing that. I've just been puffing away on this Sobremesa as I've been talking. Left it a minute between puffs and stuff, and it's not gone out. And construction, it's looking good. A nice looking ash on that. Nice heavy ash as well. So that shouldn't fall off. I found with the Flor de Copan yesterday, the ash was not super heavy, quite light. Burnt well. Had some construction issues. But for £6, I'm not going to complain. I'm hoping they should have perfect construction, basically. I don't want to have to be topping it up. I'm using the punch recently because I can't find my cutter, but it's not had an issue on draw. The draw on this cigar is perfect, by the way. Some cigars have a bit of a looser draw, like the Flor de Copan yesterday. Some cigars, like I think they're in my pocket downstairs, in my jacket pocket, the Laura Chauvin cigars have a bit of a tight draw, whereas this is perfect. best way I can describe how a good cigar should draw is like you're drinking a milkshake. Some resistance, but not loads and loads and loads. Just some. That's what we get from this. Some resistance. We're still on. We're still on. I thought we went off for a second there. I heard a noise. I think fine. Yeah, the flavour of this has been puffing away. You know, we're pretty decently into the first third there. You know, we're looking at, you know, less than an inch still. You know, at half an inch or so into this cigar. And the flavour is wonderful. It is wonderful. And that's what Connecticut should be like. It shouldn't be making you think too much. It shouldn't be making you go, oh yeah, this and that. It should just, you should be able to smoke it and relax. And that's what I'm able to do with this. Just really nice. It's quite sweet. And I feel if you're someone who doesn't like sweet things at all, you probably won't even like this cigar. It's not sweet tipped. It's not like I know if you ever had King Edward cigars or, you know, more extreme acid cigars where they are sweet tipped. They taste sweet. It tastes like they got sugar on. This doesn't taste like it's got sugar on. It's sweet. But I think that's just the way the wrapper has been fermented. It's sweet and it gives you a nice sweetness, but the tobacco isn't, and the tobacco is quite sweet itself. It's a really nice blend. It's a really nice blend. It's a really good blend. I'm not going to say it's my favourite Connecticut blend ever or my favourite cigar ever, but it's really nice. It's really, really nice. I mean, what is my favourite cigar ever? I smoked a UK, a British exclusive cigar. Oh God. I'm gonna have to find it now, or it's gonna kill me. UK exclusive cigars. Oh. Regional edition cigars. La Gloria, no, was it these? Yeah, I think it was. There was a few, but yeah, the La Gloria Cubana Britannicas Extra. It was £46 for mine. 48 ring gauge, 5 3/8. 6,000 boxes were made. That was a really, really nice cigar. There's a reason it's £45. £45 might be a bit expensive, but I mean that's just UK prices on cigars in general. And I think for a cigar that's limited edition, limited run, I didn't mind paying it. I think flavour-wise, it was probably worth £45. Like, it was a wonderful, wonderful cigar. One that I would buy a box of if I had the money. And smoke infrequently. But these are wonderful, these Sobremesas. I can't speak highly enough of it. Obviously, as you know, I don't smoke through the whole cigar here, so changes between thirds are... You're not going to see them here. But this first third, really light, really creamy, and I expect the second and third to be much of the same. I'll probably expect a bit of strength to pick up, maybe a little bit of spiciness to come through. But if it's well made and they've done the blend right, all we'll get is a slight strength increase, and that's it. We shouldn't get any spiciness because I think it would ruin the cigar. I don't retrohale enough, and I should. Because on that retrohale, you get all those really nice floral notes that kind of add to the complexity of the cigar. It is really good. It is really, really good. And I would recommend it, to be honest, as a starter cigar. I think if you're looking to get into cigars, if you're looking to go, I want to start smoking cigars, where should I start, Leo? Where should I go? What should I smoke first? I would say Davidoff Winston Churchill's, brilliant cigar, or any Davidoff cigar, but Davidoff Winston Churchill's, if you know, or honestly, Hoyo de Monterey Epicure number 2, looking Cubans, these Sobremesa Brulees. As I said, you got to buy them online, got to buy them from Germany. There's some good websites out there you can buy cigars from, get them shipped. €10. You know, I think your first cigar should be a mid-range cigar anyway. Don't go super cheap, don't go super expensive. You go super cheap, you're going to have a cigar you're not going to like. Most likely. There are some really good budget cigars out there, but you probably don't know what you're looking for if you first get into cigars, so stay away from the super cheap end. Anything sub £5. Probably anything sub £6 really. I'd maybe even say sub 8, so go £8 or higher. And then stay away from anything, post. I mean, if we're looking at European prices, anything post £12-13. If we're looking at UK prices, post £20. Look for anything between that £10 and £20 range, basically, in the UK and probably overseas as well. For your first cigar or for one of your first cigars, and pick up Connecticut's. Pick up a range, pick up some Connecticut's and some mediums. Maybe pick up a medium to full, maybe pick up a Maduro. But just look at that range, and I think you'll fall in love with this like I am. I'm going to smoke this. I'm going to really enjoy it, and I'm going to get through it. It's going to probably last me about an hour more. On top of that, it's a lovely, lovely cigar. It really is. I couldn't recommend it enough. Anyway, happy smoking, guys. I'll see you later. Oh no, my